For 2 years, when I was running the yoga studio, I lived in my childhood bedroom in my parents' house. The room still had the Inuyasha manga poster I stuck on the wall at 14. While my friends climbed the corporate ladder and flew business class, I was stuck, broke, burnout, and wondering what had gone wrong. When I finally shut down my studio, I felt like a failure. I spiraled into a depression so deep that some days my partner had to bring me into the shower because I could not do it myself. Rock bottom is truly humbling, but it's also clarifying. It strips away everything you thought you knew. And when you can't go any lower, the only way out is up. This episode is for the brave souls who want to earn a living doing what you love. I'll share with you my story from a burnout yoga teacher to a six-figure coachpreneur about chasing my dream straight into a financial nightmare and what it took to turn everything around. Stay tuned until the very end and you'll experience a guided meditation that helps you connect with the essence of a river, moving through obstacles with resilience and grace. In this series, we journey along the untamed path of purpose and freedom. My name is Milena, here to share with you story, insights, and poems to guide you to a life and business rooted in your soul. So let's take a deep breath. Pour yourself a cup of hibiscus tea and let's wander down the Wildflower way together. The thing about chasing your dream is that sometimes they lead you straight into a financial nightmare. 10 years ago, I was a yoga teacher making $250 a month. I wake up before the sun, roll out my yoga mat like a dutiful disciple of inner peace, and teach class after class until my legs felt like they turned into noodles. At the end of each month, I'll add up my income and think, man, if only passion could pay the bills. I didn't start the journey of becoming a yoga and meditation teacher with a business plan. I started it with heart and a dream the size of Mount Fansipan. I turned down cushy corporate offer to become a yoga teacher because of this one thing. I wanted my life to matter. So I opened a studio, I got my 200-hour YTT certification, and spent every spare moment reading books, practicing techniques, and improved my skills by teaching students. The business side, I ignored it like a pile of unopened bills. My mantra was, do what you love, and money will follow. Oh well, it did not follow me. Once I organized a dreamy 3-day mountain retreat for my students. We meditated at sunrise, ate organic food, and danced around bonfire at night like a group of enlightened bumblebees. I was on top of the world until I did the math and counted the bills. After all the expenses, my grand profit was $48. $48. I could have made more babysitting my nephew Pomeranian. For 2 years, when I was running the yoga studio, I lived in my childhood bedroom in my parents' house. The room still had the Inuyasha manga poster I stuck on the wall at 14. While my friends climbed the corporate ladder and flew business class, I was stuck, broke, burnout, and wondering what had gone wrong. When I finally shut down my studio, I felt like a failure. I spiraled into a depression so deep that some days my partner had to bring me into the shower because I could not do it myself. Rock bottom is truly humbling, but it's also clarifying. It strips away everything you thought you knew. And when you can't go any lower, the only way out is up. As I pick up the pieces of my broken dream, I realized I'd made two big mistakes. The first mistake was to ignore the business side of things. Skills and passion alone cannot pay the bills, and it doesn't matter how good you are if your business isn't set up in a way that will bring in sustainable revenue. The second mistake was to try to figure it out all alone. Even Yoda needed Obi-Wan. Even Michael Phelps had a coach. What made me think I could do it without help? So I made a decision. When I decided to give myself a second shot at entrepreneurship and starting my coaching business in 2016, I found a business coach right at the beginning. It was a $2,000 investment that felt like $1 million at the time because I was broke. But they offer a payment plan, and I scraped together the first $500 and took the leap. That investment in myself and my business was the catalyst for a complete transformation. I devoured every business book, attended workshops, and implemented my coach strategies even when and especially when it was uncomfortable. I learned how to market my services, price my packages, and build a strong online presence. Slowly but surely, my client base grew and my income followed. Fast forward 8 years later, after starting over with a coaching business, today I run a global business that brings in consistent six-figure a year. I work 4 days a week, some weeks even less, from my sunlit home office and private studio. Both are jungles of plans and inspirations. I have a 6-people team and growing. We serve clients in over 25 countries with a robust offer suite, including one-on-one coaching, mastermind program, membership program, retreat, and online course. I still have to pinch myself sometimes for these wins. But this isn't just about the money. It's about creating a life that feels true to me. I live in a 5-bedroom home facing the green hill with my partner and our daughter. I go to dance class on Mondays, practice yoga in the mornings, get a massage 2-3 times a week, and once in a while perform poetry at open mic events in KL because why not? I'm a multi-passionate person. You know, as a little girl growing up in Vietnam, I never felt like I was enough. Our house flooded every time it rained, and I was too ashamed to invite friends over because I was embarrassed by where I lived. My darker complexion earned me cruel nickname like the Black Goat. Even as an adult, I carry those wounds. I had to shatter so many inner glass ceilings to arrive where I am today. Sometimes I look back at my 7-year-old self who felt like she was a mistake, and my 13-year-old self who thought of ending her life and whisper, "You see, my love, we are enough just as we are." To my daughter who constantly tests the limits of my patience with her fiery spirit, I say, I'm doing this for us. And to you, dear listener, I say, if you've ever felt like an underdog, if the world has ever told you to stay small, hear me now. You are made for so much more. So here are my 5 keys to turn your passion into prosperity. Take them with you and see what incredible doors they will help you open up. Key 1. Learn the business side, or the business side will humble you. Do what you love and make your customers love what you do, and learn everything you can about the business side of things and transform your money blocks. Then money will follow. I know it makes for a lousy bumper stickers, but it's true. Key 2. Bet on yourself every single time. I used to feel so stingy with myself. I didn't feel worthy of investing in myself in a big way. But that kind of thinking got me broke. Betting on yourself is always the safest bet because the only person you have the most control over is you. Key 3. Make an investment to make a return on investment. If you want to make $10,000, be willing to invest $1,000. If you want to make $100,000, be willing to invest at least $10,000. I've invested tens of thousands of dollars in learning everything about the business side of things and getting coached to transform my inner blocks. Every single investment has come back to me tenfold or more. Key 4, ask for help. Repeat after me. Ask for help. Going at it alone, it's just too hard. You need your success team. You need mentors, coaches, community, peers. Don't wait until you are crying on the floor to start reaching out for support. Every time you start a project, especially towards an ambitious goal, first ask yourself, who do I want on my success team? Key 5, fail forward. Every failure is a lesson in disguise. The universe doesn't give what you want. The universe gives the lesson you need to get what you want. And really, there's no failed entrepreneurs, only those who quit before they succeed. My journey from a burnout yoga teacher to a six-figure coachpreneur wasn't linear or glamorous. It was messy, humbling, and full of faceplants. But every stumble was worth it. If you're standing at your own crossroads, scared and unsure, let me tell you this. The first step is always the hardest, but once you take it, the path begins to reveal itself. And that's the funny thing about chasing your dream, isn't it? Sometimes they lead you straight into a financial nightmare. But if you're willing to learn and grow, they carry you straight out of it into a life beyond your wildest imagination. If I could go back and give my younger self, the woman who started a coaching business 8 years ago, just one thing, it would be this. It would be the Zero to Launch manual. It is my signature framework, the 5 clear steps to take your coaching business from zero to having your first paid client and beyond. So if you want to start your coaching business the smart way and avoid the pain and the burnout and the wasted opportunity, come here to download it. It is free and it's incredible. Go to milenanguyen.com/launch, and that is milenanguyen.com/launch. When I read that article to you just now, I look back and feel such a sense of adoration to my past self. We don't know what we don't know. I think if I had known how challenging entrepreneurship could be, I probably would have never started a business in the first place. Sometimes ignorance is bliss. And in my story, it had worked to my favor. If I knew how challenging it would be and how much I would have to transform, I probably would have chickened out. But I did not know. And therefore, I went ahead and just took the plunge. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you away from starting your business. The very opposite is true. I want to encourage you with my whole heart to follow your passions and follow your sacred calling and start a business. And if you want to get out of the system of corporate, know that it is very possible. I think that my downfall in my first business was to try to figure it out on my own. I had a huge blind spot, and the problem about blind spot is you cannot see it. Another interesting thing about mistake is that you don't know you're making a mistake, why you're making them. That's the tricky thing, right? If you knew you were making a mistake, then you probably would stop yourself, but you don't know, and therefore you keep doing it. You keep making a mistake, and then things are not working out, and you feel like you need to try harder, and then you end up digging a bigger hole for yourself. And that was really what I was. As I reflect on the mistakes and the blind spot, I see even more clearly the role of coaching, because the coach is the one who can tell you, hey, 10 meters in front of you is that big hole. Stop walking, or you need to have a detour now. If not, you'll fall into a hole. So, yeah, the role of coaches is very instrumental in this journey, and it can help you save so much time and effort. And I think saving time is important. Collectively, if we are in the industry of changing people's lives and making the world a better place, it is urgent. The world is not in a good place right now, and we need you, the heart-centered change maker, to make the biggest difference in the most powerful way, more than ever before. And collectively, we cannot afford to waste time anymore. So save your time, find support, and remember, there's no failed entrepreneur, only the one who gave up before they succeed. So staying on your game and keep going. And now a gift to you. This meditation is called the river meditation, and just to flow from our previous notion of there's no such thing as a failed entrepreneur, only the one who quit before they succeed. This meditation allows you to truly deepen this lesson by embodying the wisdom of a river. You see, a river always flows forward. It moves through challenges with so much grace, and I hope the same thing for yourself. So let's experience a meditation together. If you are in a place where it feels safe to close your eye, then you might close your eye in a bit. If not, you can just soften your gaze and gaze steadily on the floor. If you are driving, then you can still focus on your driving and just allow this word to wash over you and receive in whatever way that feels safe and doable for you right now. So let's take a moment first to settle in. I invite you to just stretch your body or do any movement that your body needs to do before it can be still. A lot of time we need to move and shake and stretch to release some of that static energy before the body can get still. So do so. Yeah. Adjust your body in a way that makes you feel comfortable, at ease. Close your eye if it feels safe, and gently bring your attention to your breath. And you feel the cool air as you inhale. And you feel the warm air as you exhale. And allow each breath to guide you deeper into this moment. Now, I invite you to imagine yourself as a river. How does a river feel like? How does the river feel like in your body? Can you see yourself flowing gently through a lush, vibrant landscape? Feel how your waters are clear and sparkling under the sunlight. Feel the way you weave gracefully between trees and rocks and nourishing everything you touch. Take an inhale and an exhale as you flow, allowing every breath to make you feel more deeply the embodiment of the river within. Breathe and notice the sounds around you, the rustling leaves, the chirping birds, the whispers of the wind. How does it feel like to move effortlessly through the world? Breathe and feel the freedom of moving effortlessly through the world. However, just like every river, your journey isn't without obstacles. Imagine encountering a fallen tree, its branches stretching across your path. Imagine facing a boulder so large it blocks your way entirely. Pause and notice how this moment feels. Do you sense resistance or frustration? And yet, you are water. You don't stop. You don't force. You simply adapt and keep on flowing. Breathe. And if your mind wanders, can you gently bring it here to my voice, to your body in this moment? Feeling yourself flowing around the tree, carving a new path. Imagine your water trickling over the edges of the boulder, cascading into a gentle waterfall on the other side. Breathe and feel how each obstacle you meet shapes you, makes you stronger and more certain of your direction. The tree teaches you patience. The boulder shows you how to find new ways forward. You are not defeated by these obstacles. You are transformed by them. Breathe and take a moment now to welcome this truth. Like water, you have the ability to flow through whatever stands in your way. Feel this resilience deep in your bones. Feel how soft and strong you are, how adaptable and persistent. And now whisper silently to yourself. Or if you feel like it, saying it aloud so you can hear the vibration of your own voice. I am water. I flow with ease. I move through obstacle with grace. Feel the river within. Feel as you continue your journey, flowing steadily towards an ocean filled with possibilities. Breathe and imagine how it feels like to meet the ocean, to become one with what is, to know that no matter what, you are arriving. That no matter what, you are becoming. No matter what, you are unconditionally worthy, unconditionally successful. And this path of entrepreneurship and following your sacred calling is simply putting one foot in front of another and accepting the support you deserve. So now, take a moment and begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. Wiggle your fingers and toes, and when you're ready, open your eyes. Thanks for joining me in this meditation. May you carry the river with you. Thanks for joining me on this episode of the Wildflower Way. I hope you enjoyed this river meditation. I would be so grateful if you would follow, subscribe, and especially leave a review for the podcast. Your review is the number one biggest supporter to allow other Wildflower women to find us here. Now, the best way to connect with me is through my Wildflower letter. It is free, but not cheap, and loved by 4,000 readers worldwide. To receive them, go to milenanguyen.com/letter, and that is milenanguyen.com/letter. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, may your heart be wild and your spirit free. And now, go out there and bloom.